Okay. So, let's just have a recall. Okay, let's just recall our previous discussion. So, what is electrochemistry? Again, this is from the word itself. This has something to do between electricity, electric current, and chemistry or chemical reaction. So, this is the study of interchange of chemical and electrical energy. So, in electrochemistry, we will be discussing two processes. First, the generation of an electric current from a chemical reaction. And the second is the use of a current to produce a chemical change. So in these two processes, since we have two processes, we will also be discussing two instrument, or is it instrument? Is tama bang instrument ang okay, two instrument or two setup para i-discuss ang dalawang processes na to. First, the generation of electric current from a chemical reaction. So in this process, we will be using what do you call this? Saan na yung arrow natin? Bakit ayaw magsulat ng ating pen? Ayan. So in our first process, the generation of an electric current from a chemical reaction, we will be using what we call galvanic or voltaic cell. Yun ang tawag natin kapag electric current from a chemical reaction. Kapag naman the use of a current to produce a chemical change, tinatawag natin siyang electrolytic tama ba ng spelling? Electrolytic cell. So, these are the two instruments na i-discuss natin under electrochemistry. So, again, hindi tayo makakapag-proceed na na-mention na natin before. In electrochemistry, you cannot fully understand what is electrochemistry if you cannot understand well kung ano yung nangyayari sa redox reactions natin. And based on your quiz, sa quiz nyo before, I have observed that most of you hindi pa rin marunong mag-determine ng saan doon ang na-reduce, saan ang na-oxidize, saan ang oxidizing agent, and saan ang reducing agent. So, bakit ganon? We have discussed that already. Diba? May mnemonics nga din tayo na Leora and Geroa. Some of you, diba, doon sa quiz natin before, sinabi ko doon na determine which is oxidized and which is reduced, and determine kung saan doon yung oxidizing agent and reducing agent. If it is reduced, kapag na-reduce, ang tawag natin doon oxidizing agent kasi na-reduce siya. Nagigets nyo ba nandito? Loss of electron, this is oxidation, and that element or that compound involved is called reducing agent. Kapag naman gain of electron, that is reduction. Ang tawag na naman doon sa element involved is oxidizing agent. So, bakit may mga nalilito pa rin? Ha? Guys, as I feel like, I feel like you are taking this subject for granted. Okay, given, sige, mabait ako, but that is not an excuse para hindi nyo sineseryoso itong subject natin, kasi yung iba sa inyo ang bababa ng quiz, ang bababa ng mga score, na-discuss naman natin why is that. So, kung ano lang later on, kung ano lang yung input nyo sa akin, kung ano ang score nyo, yun ang i-input ko sa Excel, and Hindi ako mag-a-adjust or whatever. Kung ano lang yung ibibigay nyo sa akin, yun lang. Kung pasado, pasado. Kung hindi, hindi. Nakikita ko yung mga scores nyo, even the basic, even the determination of oxidation number. Bakit ganun? I don't know, na-discuss naman natin ang dami nating example for the oxidation number, determining whether it is reduced or oxidized, hindi pa rin natin alam. So, it's no longer on my part, nasa sa inyo na yon kung bakit, anong factor, bakit hindi nyo pa rin naiintindihan. Yung iba, okay naman. So, you can ask your classmates, you can ask me, pumunta kayo sa faculty, pwede naman. Ewan ko kung anong mali. Okay, so let's proceed. I-recall lang natin ulit. When we say oxidation, it occurs when a species loses electrons. Diba? Leora, loss of electron, and increases its oxidation number. An equation that shows this loss is called an oxidation half reaction. So, na-discuss na din natin tong oxidation half reaction and reduction half reaction. So, kapag oxidation, maybe you have observed it or you have seen it dun sa mga previous example natin. Kapag oxidation, the electrons are on the product side. Nagdadagdag tayo ng electrons dun sa product side. Kapag reduction naman, it occurs when a species gains electrons and decreases its oxidation number. An equation that shows this gain is called the reduction half reaction. Electrons are on the reactant side. So, kapag reduction naman, nagdadagdag tayo ng electrons dun sa reactant side, gaya ng mga example natin previously. So, just remember these two terms, Leora and Geroa. And hindi na kayo malilito, kaya ewan ko kung bakit may mga nalilito pa rin kung saan doon ang oxidizing agent, saan doon ang reducing agent. Okay, so remember that oxidation and reduction occur together in the same reaction. Sabi nga natin, di ba, redox reaction, it is a simultaneous reaction, simultaneous process of reduction and oxidation. Kaya hindi pwedeng in a chemical reaction, hindi pwedeng oxidation lang yung meron, hindi pwedeng reduction lang yung meron. They occur simultaneously. So, sabi natin kanina that we have what we call the galvanic cell. So, in this galvanic cell, and even here in the electrolytic cell, meron tayong dalawang electrodes na gagamitin. When we say electrodes, dito mangyayari yung interaction ng oxidation and reduction process, or dito mangyayari yung movement of electron. So, we have first cathode where reduction occurs. Dito nangyayari ang reduction natin. So, na-mention ko na din before that na when we say cathode, meron na naman tayo ditong mnemonics. Just remember guys, yung mga pinagsasabi ko kasi dito, makinig kayo during our online class because I will not be repeating our online discussion sa face-to-face na kasi medyo late na tayo. So, when we say cathode guys, meron tayo ditong tinatawag na red cat. Meaning to say, reduction happens in the cathode. O, diba? Cathode where reduction occurs. And na-mention natin kanina, when we say reduction, nagdadagdag tayo ng electron dun sa reactant side. So, as you can see, nagdagdag tayo dito sa reactant ng electron. When we say anode naman, this is where oxidation takes place. Dito naman, meron tayong tinatawag na anox. Anox and red cat. Anode, this is where the oxidation happens. So, as we can see again, nagdagdag tayo dito sa product side ng electron since this is oxidation. So, remember, kapag reduction, sa reactant side tayo nagdadagdag ng electron, and when it is oxidation, sa product side tayo nagdadagdag ng electron. So, that is cathode and anode. I-illustrate natin later kung ano ang itsura nitong cathode and ano ang itsura nitong anode natin. Okay, so unahin muna natin etong voltaic cell natin. So when we say okay, i-define muna natin ang electrochemical cell or yung dalawang instrument na gagamitin natin for the two process to happen. Ang tawag natin dito sa galvanic and electrolytic cell ay electrochemical cell. So when we say electrochemical cell, it is a system consisting of two half cell reactions. When we say two half cell reactions, ito yung oxidation, reduction, half reaction natin. So, kapag electrochemical cell, meron tayong dalawang process na nangyayari or dalawang reaction na nangyayari. Connected in such a way that chemical reactions either uses or generates an electric current. So, kapag chemical reaction is used, ibig sabihin, yun ay galvanic cell. Kapag naman it generates electric current din, that is called galvanic cell pa rin. Nag-generate ng electric current kapag galvanic cell. So, mag-start tayo dito sa voltaic cell natin. Voltaic or galvanic cell. This is the second type of electrochemical cell, a system, okay, the first type na lang kasi inuna naman natin, a system in which a spontaneous reaction generates an electric current. So, ano bang ibig sabihin ulit ng spontaneous? I have mentioned this already. Na-mention na natin to nung face-to-face natin. Anong ibig sabihin kapag sinabi natin na spontaneous? Anyone? Kapag sinabi natin na spontaneous, anong ibig sabihin nun? Yes, Jazrel.
Continuous.
Continuous. Ano pa? Anong ibang term pa, Andre?
Natural phenomena.
Yes, it happens naturally, nangyayari siya without the intervention of external stimulus or without the input of energy. Nangyayari siya kahit wala kang gawin. Yun ang tinatawag natin na spontaneous reactions. So, kapag voltaic cell, a system in which a spontaneous reaction generates an electric current. So, paano ba tayo nakakapag-generate ng electric current? When we say electricity ba, ano ang nangyayari sa electricity? When we say electricity, di ba, there is, basa yung yan ko. When we say electricity, meron tayong flow ng electron. Meron tayong flow ng electron. Kapag sinabi nating electricity, may flow ng electron, kaya nagkakaroon tayo ng electric current. So, makikita natin later on dito sa galvanic cell natin kung paano tayo nakakapag-generate ng electricity. So, meron tayong example dito. Sabi natin, ang galvanic cell, for us to be able to generate electricity, kailangang hiwalay yung half cell reactions natin, hiwalay yung oxidation, and hiwalay yung reduction na half reactions natin. So, let's say for example, na meron tayong dalawang container. Meron tayong dalawang container dito na merong mga aqueous solutions. Aqueous solutions, may mga solution tayo dito. Ang nangyayari dito sa kabila, let's say for example, nandito yung anode natin. Let's say for example, our anode is here. So if our anode is here, anong process ang nangyayari dito? Anode, it is where anong nangyayari sa anode natin, guys?
Oxidation occurs, ma'am.
Okay, oxidation occurs. So, this is where oxidation occurs. Dito naman sa kabila natin, this is where our reduction occurs. So, dito yung cathode. reduction, it is where cathode. Okay. So, let's say for example, dito sa anode, meron tayong oxidation, Leora, loss of electron. So, dito yung loss of electron. Ibig sabihin, kung meron tayong electrode dito, let's say this is a metal strip, loss of electron, kapag sinabi nating oxidation, di ba, loss of electron. So, ibig sabihin, we have loss of electron. So, yung electron natin, magmo-move siya, matatanggal siya dito kasi nga, di ba, loss of electron. So, magmo-move ang electron natin papunta dito sa kabilang aqueous solution natin. Magmo-move siya papunta dito sa reduction natin or papunta dito sa cathode natin. And sabi natin, di ba, electricity, when we say electricity, there is a flow of electrons. Electricity, there is a flow of electrons. So, dahil may flow of electrons, dito sa electrochemical cell natin or dito sa galvanic cell natin, makakapag-generate tayo ng electricity. Let's say, for example, kapag meron tayong bulb dito. Kapag meron tayong bulb dito at merong flow ng electrons, iilaw yan. And kapag nangyari yon, since may movement of electron dito, okay, let's discuss that sa next slide. Meron din tayo ditong salt bridge. This salt bridge is necessary to maintain the charge neutrality of each half cell by allowing the flow of ions with minimal mixing of the half cell solution. So, i-discuss natin sa next slide. So, ganito ang nangyayari dito sa zinc dito sa galvanic cell or voltaic cell natin. Kasi hindi ko pala na-mention ang isang pinaka-common example ng voltaic cell is battery, 'di ba? Battery. Kasi bakit? Ang battery natin, 'di ba, meron siyang positively charged and negatively charged na side. So for example, we have a battery. Saan dito ang positive? Di ko maalala. Basta meron tayong positive and negative na side ng battery. Inside this battery, may nangyayaring chemical reaction, may chemicals sa loob ng batteries natin. So, when we put it, let's say for example, meron kayong flashlight, yung kapag yung mga flashlight na de baterya, di ba? When we put this battery inside that flashlight, iilaw siya kasi may nangyayaring chemical reaction inside that battery which generates electricity. Kaya umiilaw ang flashlight natin. So, ang pinaka-common example ng galvanic cell natin is battery. So, let's say for example, dito sa zinc copper cell natin. Ano ang nangyayari dito sa zinc copper cell natin? So, meron tayong zinc and meron tayong copper na involved. So, etong zinc natin has a weaker pool of electrons. Ang zinc natin weaker pool of electrons. Weaker pool of electrons. Bakit? Malalaman din natin ulit later dun sa table natin. Etong copper naman, it has a stronger pool of electrons. Kaya, ang nangyayari, yung mga electrons natin is nag-move dito kasi nga etong copper natin meron siyang stronger pool of electrons. Paano natin ma-determine kung ito ay may stronger pool or may weaker pool? So, meron tayong table. Ipakita ko lang yung table natin. Etong table na to, tinatawag natin na standard reduction potential for standard reduction potential table for many common half-cell reactions. So, malalaman natin na may stronger pull of electrons or mas malakas yung hatak ng electrons kapag mas mataas yung volt natin, yung voltage natin. So, let's say for example, dito sa copper. Copper is nandito, yung zinc natin is nandito. So, mas mataas yung copper natin. So, dito sa table natin na to, habang papataas, tumataas din yung hatak niya or tumataas din yung strength niya to pull an electron. So, nakikita natin yung copper nandito and yung zinc is nandito. Kaya yung zinc mas mahina yung hatak niya dun sa electron compared dun sa copper natin kasi mas mataas ang standard reduction potential ng ating copper compared dito sa zinc natin. Okay, so balikan natin dito. Dahil nga mas malakas ang hatak ng copper natin, ang mangyayari let's say meron tayong zinc and meron tayong copper 2+. Dahil nga mas malakas ang hatak ng ating copper, etong zinc ngayon, magbibigay siya ng electron. There is a transfer of electron from zinc to copper, kaya naging copper 2+ yung copper natin. So, makikita din natin dito sa half-cell reaction natin, di ba? Dito sa reaction natin, kapag dinetermine natin dito kung saan yung oxidation and kung saan yung reduction natin. Okay, let's try. Dito sa zinc natin, zinc, naging zinc 2+. So, saan tayo magdadagdag ng electron? Right or left? Right. Magdadagdag tayo dito sa right ng electron, ng 2 electron. So, as we can see, nagdagdag tayo dito sa right ng 2 electron. So, this is the oxidation. Diba sabi natin kapag nagdagdag tayo dun sa product side, that is oxidation. So, ang nangyayari dito is oxidation. When we say oxidation, loss of electron. So, which makes sense kasi naglulus ng electron natin. So, ang electron natin, ang movement ng electron natin is from here, from the zinc metal, papunta dito sa copper natin or dito sa cathode natin. Yung copper naman, as we can see, our copper here, our copper 2+. So, magdadagdag tayo dito ng 2 electron to form copper. So, since nagdagdag tayo dito sa reactant side ng electron, this is reduction. So, ang nangyayari dahil nag-move ang ating electrons from zinc papunta dito sa cathode, etong aqueous solution natin dito, mas magiging negatively charged na siya. Kasi nga, di ba, nag-lose ng electron ang zinc, pupunta lahat dito kay copper na may stronger pull of electron. Dahil may stronger pull of electron ngayon ang copper natin, mas dadami ang electron natin dito. And dito naman, dahil umalis ang mga copper natin, dahil umalis ang mga electrons natin, mas magiging positive naman ngayon ang ating aqueous solution dito. Which we do not like, kasi dapat neutral lang. Dapat neutral, when we say neutral, pareho lang, balance lang yung amount ng electricity dito and yung amount ng electron dito and amount ng proton, and the same thing dito. Dapat the same lang ang amount ng negatively charged dito dun sa positively charged. So, for that to happen, papasok ngayon ang ating salt bridge. So, ang ating salt bridge, this is a U-tube glass. Kapag sinabi nating salt bridge, glass siya. This is a glass. Inside this glass, meron tayong salt solution. Usually, ito is yung mga, kapag maalala nyo yung mga salt natin, NaOH, ano pa ba? Na2SO4, mga ganyan, NaCl, yung mga yan ang nandito sa loob ng ating U-glass na salt bridge. Ang nangyayari dahil nga yung NaOH natin and NaCl, maalala nyo, ang Na natin, let's say yung NaOH, ang Na natin is positively charged and ang OH natin is negatively charged. So, ang mangyayari dahil nga dito sa kabila is nagiging mas negative na siya, mas nagiging napupuno na to ng negatively charged na ions, ang mangyayari yung positive charge natin, positively charged na ion natin from this salt bridge, pupunta ngayon siya dito. To balance the positively charged and negatively charged. So, tong Na dito, lalabas siya dito para magkaroon din ng positive charge dito. And ang mangyayari naman dito sa OH natin, pupunta naman ngayon siya dito sa anode natin to balance din yung zinc natin, zinc positive natin. Kasi nga, di ba, nag-lose tayo dito ng electron, mas naging positive na siya, dahil nag-lose siya, ang mangyayari is, magiging more positive na dito, kaya kakailanganin natin ng salt bridge to balance the charge. So, ang magkakaroon tayo dito ng ano na kanina dito, pupunta yung Na dito, pupunta yung negative dito. Yan. Yung mga OA, yung eto, hydroxide ion natin. So, yun ang gamit ng salt bridge natin. The salt bridge is necessary to maintain the charge, diba? To maintain the charge. Andyan yung sabi niya. It is necessary to maintain the charge neutrality of each half cell by allowing the flow of ions with minimal mixing of half cell solutions. So, siya yung nagbabalance ng charge natin. So, basahin natin to. Electrons move from solid zinc to copper ions. Ayan, nag-move yung electrons natin from zinc, kasi diba yung zinc siya yung naglulus ng electron. Zinc is the anode. Anode is an ox, so oxidation. So, oxidation is the loss of electrons. So, electrons move from the solid zinc papunta dito sa copper ions natin. The voltaic cell consists of an anode half cell and cathode half cell. So, the cell is often abbreviated as this one. Ito, tong cell natin dito, ito as a whole pwede nating i-represent using this abbreviation, using this one. Where, anong ibig sabihin yan? Yung asan na? Yung anode natin ang nangyayari, anode, the aqueous solution, so, ganyan ang representation niya. So, the anode is written on the left and the cathode is written on the right. So, eto, this one bar here or one line here represent the phase boundary. So, at etong dalawa naman dito is the salt bridge. So, yung example natin kanina, our anode is zinc. So, yung anode natin is zinc, kaya nandito siya sa left side natin. ang ions na na-form dahil nag-lose siya ng electron is eto, zinc 2 plus ion. Kaya, eto yung nandito, zinc 2 plus ion. And between that is meron tayong salt bridge. And ang representation ng salt bridge natin is etong dalawang line. And next dito is yung aqueous solution naman na na-form natin using the cathode. So, ang na-form natin is yung copper. Dito sa kabilang, na-form natin is copper 2+. Kaya, meron tayong copper 2+ dito. And finally, ang cathode natin, siya yung copper, kaya siya yung nandito. So, eto ang simpler para hindi na kayo mag-drawing ng gantong setup, para hindi na kayo mag-drawing ng ganitong setup. Eto ang abbreviated form ng ating galvanic cell. So, let's have an example. So, dito, draw a sketch of the cell labeling the anode, the cathode, and the direction of the electron flow. So, in this example, i-determine natin for us to be able to draw the cell or the flow of the directions of the electron flow, kailangan muna natin i-determine kung saan dito yung oxidation and saan dito yung reduction. So, how will we do that? Paano natin gagawin yan? So, first, let us determine kung saan ang oxidation natin. Unahin natin yung Fe. Fe naging Fe2+. So, saan tayo mag-a-add ng electron, guys? Saan tayo mag-a-add?
Left side.
Sa left side.
Sa right side pala po. Sa right side pala, ma'am.
Sa right side, mag-a-add tayo dito ng 2 electron. So, dahil nag-increase ang oxidation number niya, this is oxidation, and nagdagdag tayo ng electron dito sa right side, dito sa product side, this is oxidation. And of course, yung nickel, yun na ngayon yung nickel 2+ plus 2 electron, this will yield nickel. So, this is the reduction. At dahil na-determine na natin kung saan dito yung oxidation, saan dito yung reduction, so this is the anox. So, this is the anode. Diba guys? Ganun lang. As long as you remember the mnemonics natin, yung shortcut natin, and red cat. So, this is the cathode. Okay, next, let us sketch the cell. So, i-drawing natin yung cell natin. Okay, so mag-drawing tayo ng dalawang container. So, this two is connected by a salt bridge. Let's say na ang salt bridge natin is NaOH. And this is connected by a wire na kung saan mag-flow yung electron natin. Ito yung metal strip natin. Okay. Ang anode natin is nandito. So, this is, para hindi tayo malito dun sa notation natin later on, dito sa drawing natin dito, yung anode natin is nandito, yung cathode natin is nandito. Pero dito sa abbreviated na na galvanic cell natin, yung anode natin is nandito. So, para hindi tayo malito, pare-pareho na lang tayo ng gagawin. So, ang anode natin is dito sa side na to. So, ang mangyayari, this will be our anode. And this will be our cathode. And, isulat natin dito, ano yung anode natin? Fe. Fe. Fe2 plus 2 electron. And dito is okay, so paano ang movement ng electron natin? Paano ang magiging movement ng electron natin? Paano ang magiging movement ng electron natin, Corpus?
Ma'am, from
From?
iron to nickel.
Okay, from iron to nickel kasi nandito yung anode natin. So, this is the oxidation. Tama? So, dito yung oxidation natin. And dito yung reduction natin. So, para magkaroon tayo, makapag-generate tayo ng electricity, so ang movement natin, dahil nga oxidation, so Leora, loss of electron, so ibig sabihin, aalis ang electron natin dito. So, the movement of electron is papunta dun sa nickel natin. Okay. Next. Ayan, na-label na natin kung saan ang anode, the cathode, and the direction of electron flow. Write the half cell reaction that takes place at the anode and at the cathode. Nasulat na din natin. Ito yung tinatawag natin na half cell. Ito, nasulat na din natin. And, ano yung isang question? Write the abbreviated notation for the cell. So, the abbreviated notation is yung ganito. So, paano ang abbreviated notation niya? Paano ang abbreviated notation natin, Justin? What would be our abbreviated notation, Justin?
Is ano po, Fe line, single line, then Fe2 plus
Fe, single line,
Fe2 plus, then double line po,
and then
nickel, single line, and
okay.
then nickel.
Okay, so this is the abbreviated form of our galvanic cell setup. So, ganyan lang. Okay. So, dahil sabi natin nakaka-generate tayo ng electricity, 'di ba? Sabi natin dito sa galvanic cell natin, since there is a movement of electron, makaka-generate tayo ngayon ng electricity. So, meron tayong tinatawag na standard electrode potential. Yung difference ng kung gaano, 'di ba? Sabi natin kanina na may weaker na hatak ng electron and may stronger na hahatak ng electron. Etong standard electrode potential, ito yung magiging difference. Difference kung gaano kalakas, or in terms of voltage, gaano kalakas yung difference nila. Difference ng stronger and ng weaker na electrode natin. So, let's define what is cell voltage. 'Di ba? Voltage is the the unit of electricity. So let's define this one. So cell voltage, this is the driving force behind the spontaneous reaction in a voltaic cell. It depends partly on the nature of the redox reaction and the concentration of the species involved. Kapag sinabi naman nating standard cell, okay, ito ang definition ng cell voltage natin. Kapag sinabi naman nating standard cell voltage, it is voltage measured when the current flow is essentially zero. All ions and molecules in solution are at a concentration of 1 molar, and all gases are at a pressure of 1 atm. Take note, guys, that in a galvanic cell, the redox reaction has to be spontaneous. So, para matawag natin na galvanic cell yan, guys, okay, spontaneous, remember na dapat spontaneous siya. And for this to become spontaneous, okay, dapat spontaneous siya. And for it to become spontaneous, ang masosolve dapat natin na standard cell voltage, etong EO, is greater than 0. Dapat mas mataas siya sa 0 para masabi natin na spontaneous and para masabi natin na nag-undergo siya dito sa galvanic cell natin. Okay, guys, additional information pala kapag cell voltage. Kapag sinabi nating cell voltage, this is independent sa number ng electrons na nagpa-pass through. This is independent okay, sulat natin. This is independent of the number of electrons. Okay. So the standard, so ito ang way ng pag-solve natin ng standard cell voltage natin. This is okay, E naught. Okay, ang tawag natin diyan is E naught. E naught is equal to the standard voltage of the reduction plus the standard voltage of our oxidation. So, standard voltages for a forward and reverse half reaction are equal in magnitude but opposite in sign. So, ibig sabihin, guys, dito sa table natin later on, okay, makikita natin na dito sa table natin, zinc plus 2E plus will produce zinc. Ang standard voltage natin dito is negative 0.76 kapag reduction siya. Kapag nandito sa right yung electron natin. Pero paano kapag sa given reaction natin later on, ang zinc natin ay nasa form siya ng oxidation. So kapag oxidation, 'di ba, babalik ta rin natin. So dito reduction siya kasi nasa reactant side yung electron natin. So this is reduction. And basing dun sa table, ang standard voltage niya is 0.76. Pero kapag in a reaction, ang zinc natin ay nag-act as anode or nag-act as oxidation, syempre, babalik ta rin natin yung nasa table. Gagawin natin na nasa product yung electron natin. So, kapag binaliktad natin, magbabago din yung sign. Kapag reduction, positive siya, ay negative siya, negative 0.76. Pero kapag binaliktad natin, naging positive 0.76. Kasi ang sabi guys, standard voltages daw natin, for a forward and reverse half reaction, for a forward and reverse, kapag binaliktad mo, are equal in magnitude. Equal in magnitude, pareho lang sila ng magnitude ng value, pero magkaiba sila ng sign. Yun ang ibig sabihin netong definition natin dito. Pareho sila ng magnitude, but opposite in sign. So, next meeting on Friday, guys, please print this one, ha? Magsisend ako ng soft copy neto and print this para sa next class natin on Friday. Okay, so dito, find the e-values, the E-naught values of the following spontaneous reaction. So, how will we do this? Okay, so, find dito, unahin natin, sabi natin, di ba, sa spontaneous reaction, ano dapat ang e-value natin must be greater than, less than? Let's see kung may... Okay, greater than. Greater than to 0, dapat greater than 0 dapat ang i-value natin. So, kapag pinag-add natin do, di ba, ang equation natin is addition, e-reduction plus e-oxidation. Kapag pinag-add natin itong dalawang to, ano ang magiging sum? This will be negative 0.44 plus negative 1.19. This would be negative 1.63, which is lesser than 0. Mas maliit kaysa 0 kapag pinag-add natin to. So, what will we do? We will, what do we call this? We will manipulate the reactions to get a positive sum. Dapat maging positive to para masatisfy natin to. Kasi ang sabi, di ba, spontaneous reaction. Ang sabi dito sa problem natin, this is spontaneous reaction. So, for us to have a spontaneous reaction, the sum of these two values must be 0. So, itry natin na ang gagawin natin ay gawin natin positive tong 0.44. So, 0.44 kapag 0.44 plus negative 1.96, what would be the sum? What would be the sum, guys? 0.44 plus negative 1.96. So, this is negative 1.52. This is negative 1.52, which is still lesser than 0 pa rin. So, ang gagawin natin, yung negative 1.19 ang ipapositive natin. So, this will be negative 1.52. So, ang mangyayari, negative 0.44 plus 1.19. So, this will produce negative 1.19. Negative 0.44 plus 1.19. This will yield 0.75. 0.75, which is greater than 0. So, nasatisfy ba natin? Yes. We have satisfied this rule na it must be greater than 0 for it to become spontaneous. So, we see, guys, mapapansin natin na the more negative half reaction, diba? Which among that is more negative, diba? Ito. The more negative, okay, sulat natin. The more negative must act as the anode. The more negative must act as anode. So, as we can see here, dito sa kabila, dito, nasa right yung, nasa left yung electron natin. So, if it will act as anode, babalik rin natin ang reaction natin. V will yield V2. Mali. Dapat sa taas pala yun. V2 positive plus 2E negative. So, magiging ganito dapat yung reaction natin dito para maging positive yung yung standard potential natin. Para maging positive 1.19. So, our answer here will be this one. How about this one? Can you solve this one? What would be the standard potential of our of this reaction, of these two half reaction? What would be the standard potential, Rika? This call will end in 1 minute. What would be the standard potential, Rika?
0.66 mo.
Are you sure? Dapat may babaguhin ka dyan.
May clarification pa muna ako.
Okay.
Ma'am, always po ba na may mag-a-act as cathode?
Yes. There must always be there must always be one reaction that will act as anode and that will act as cathode. Kasi 'di ba kapag i-add na natin 'to, let's say for example, kapag i-add na natin 'to, magiging they are on both side, nasa both side yung electron natin, so magiging SN2 plus 2E plus electron ulit. Hindi pwede. Dapat may mag-change sign sa kanila, and dapat may what do you call this? Dapat may mag-change ng form dito sa dalawang half cell reaction natin. Thank you, John Mark, for asking.
0.94 po.
Tama, 0.94. Di ba sabi natin kanina, andyan, the more negative must act as anode. So, which is more negative ba sa kanila? This one. This is positive na. So, this is more negative. So, dapat ito yung mag-act as anode. Para ang mangyayari ay, ang magiging reaction natin ay, so, dapat ito is magiging positively charged kasi this is the more negative. Sabi natin na the more negative must act as anode. So, this will be positive 14. This will be positive 0.14 plus 0.8. So, this will yield 0.94. So, as simple as that. Ititingnan nyo lang kung saan dito yung more negative, and then yung more negative, siya yung mag-act as anode. Okay? Okay, so ganito naman, hindi yung naibigay agad yung reaction natin. Consider the voltaic cell in which the reaction is this one. Calculate the E0 or the standard reduction potential for the voltaic cell. So, the first thing that we will do is to determine the half reactions. So, try to do it on your own habang nagsosolve tayo dito, guys. Nagsosolve din dapat kayo. I know that online setup is mahirap. Mas mahirap kaysa sa face-to-face. Pero, we don't have a choice kasi nilagay tayo sa online. So, dapat do your part din kasi ang bababa talaga ng quizzes nyo. So, dapat bumawi kayo sa exam. So, ang mangyayari dito, let's see, 2 AG, hindi pala. And this will yield so as we can see, guys, paano ang nangyari yung AG natin is from positive 1 to anong oxidation number ng AG natin sa product? Positive 1 to Rayan, positive 1 to what is the oxidation number of this one? Si Ivan. Ivan. Okay. Ano? Come on.
0 po, ma'am.
Okay, 0. Guys, don't forget the rule ha, 0. Since this is element by itself, so this is 0. May mga nalilito pa rin sa inyo during your quiz. Naglalagay sila dito ng kung ano-ano. So, if it is element by itself, the oxidation number is 0. So, positive 1 to 0, this is reduction. And for our CD2 plus. So this is from 0 to positive 2. So this is oxidation. Okay, so since na-determine na natin kung saan dito ang oxidation and saan dito ang reduction, we will put ilalagay na natin yung mga electrons. So dito from positive 1 to 0, so ang magiging charge natin dito 2 times positive 1 is 2. Since dito ang charge natin is 0, so we will add plus 2 electron. Dito naman, our charge is 0. Dito sa kabila, our charge is positive 2. So, we will add plus 2 electron. So, since na-determine na natin ang ating mga half reactions, na-determine na natin ang ating mga half reactions, titingin ngayon tayo dun sa table kasi walang given. Unlike sa first example natin kanina na may mga given, dito walang given. So, we will check. Dito muna tayo sa AG. Okay, let's see. I-check nyo kung saan dito yung reaction natin. Pakihanap nga. Ba't eto lang 1.99, hindi yan?
.80, ma'am.
Saan? Hindi ko makita.
Sa baba po ng
Baba ng?
HG, ma'am.
Right or left? Dito o dito?
Sa left po.
Left, baba.
Baba po ng HG. 2 HG.
Ayun. So, dito tayo, 0.80. So, this is 0.80. So our E here is 0.80. And this one naman, balikan ulit natin. Ang cadmium natin, tulungan nyo akong maghanap guys. Cadmium is CD.
Sa right side po, ma'am.
Saan?
Baba po ng PBS. Right side po, ma'am.
Okay, so dito. So, dito guys, makikita natin na nandito sa reactant side yung electron natin. Nandito sa reactant side yung electron natin and ang standard reduction potential niya is negative 0.40. But let's see na yung reaction natin nasa product side yung electron niya. So doon kanina ang standard reduction potential niya is negative 0.40. Pero doon nasa reactant side yung electron. Napansin nyo, nasa reactant side yung electron. Okay, balikan natin para sa mga hindi nakakita. Nasa reactant side yung electron. O, nandun siya, o. No. Saan na yung cadmium? Nandito, nasa reactant side. Sa reaction natin, nasa product side. So, dahil nasa product side naman, magkaiba sila. So, i-reverse natin yung sign. So, instead of negative, magiging positive siya. Kasi nga, magkaiba naman sila. Yung nandun kanina is nasa reactant side. Our reaction is nasa product side. So, instead na negative 40, magiging positive 40. So, ang magiging standard electrode potential natin will be 0.8 plus 0.40. So, our answer would be 1.20 volts. So, naintindihan na ba?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay, so that would be all for today, guys. So, sa time natin on Wednesday, we'll just give you sit work, and next meeting will be on Friday. So, please print a copy of the standard reduction potentials para makasunod tayo sa next topic natin by Friday. So, that would be all for today. Thank you, guys. So, nasaan na si Jazrel? Jazrel, please take a photo sa attendance natin.